Welcome back to English 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Intermediate. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the program. Class number 108 right now, getting started with the intermediate portion now. And as always, starting with a little review of what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, we talked about the word still, which is todavía, o también aún, in the sense of questions and affirmatives when an action continues to be valid. Okay, I'm still in this chair. I'm still hosting this show after 108 episodes, episodes, which we say on radio and television. We don't say chapters like in books. Chapters are for books, okay? Capítulos, chapters in books, episodes on radio and television. 108 episodes, 108 classes, and I'm still here. They haven't asked me to leave. I'm still here. I'm still teaching this class. I'm still hosting the show. Now, are we still talking about this word? Yes, we're still talking about this word. Am I still talking? Yes, you're still talking. Excuse me. Are you still listening? Are you still listening? Yeah, I'm still listening. Are you still living in Madrid? Yeah, I'm still living in Madrid. Am I still speaking English? Yes, you're still speaking English. Yeah, I'm still speaking English and you're still listening, right? In English, of course. Now, it is time. I think we've talked about this enough, this word still. So we can move on to our translation list. Translation. Yes, it is time now for translation list number 32. Okay, and the list, this is a review of the list. We saw this list yesterday. ¿Qué quieres que yo haga? This is number 1. In English, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Number 2. Vendí el único cuadro que tenía. I sold the only painting I had. Number 3. Necesitaba dinero para ayudar a un amigo. I needed money to help a friend. Yeah, I needed money to help a friend. Number 4. Quédate allí hasta que suene la campana. Stay there until the bell rings. Stay there until the bell rings. Number 5. ¿Y si no suena? And if it doesn't ring? Number 6. Espero que tengas razón. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Number 7. Elijo mis propias corbatas. I choose my own ties. I choose my own ties. Number 8. Enséñales donde pusiste el dinero. Show them where I put the money. Show them where I put the money. Show them where I put the money. Number 9. Déjame si ya no me quieres. Leave me if you don't love me anymore. Number 10. Tengo que hacerlo de nuevo. I have to do it again. I have to do it again. Number 11. ¿Qué camisa llevas hoy? What shirt are you wearing today? What shirt are you wearing today? I'm wearing a black shirt today. What shirt are you wearing today? Number 12. ¿Cuándo quieres estar allí? When do you want to be there? When do you want to be there? Very good. When do you want to be there? All right, so our 12 sentences of translation, hopefully you're doing all right with these. I know they're getting increasingly difficult. But, as long as you're following the course content, you should be doing okay with these. All right? They're a good way to measure your progress. All right, now let's move on to take a look at our word of the day. Word of the day. And yes, the word of the day is a verb today. Resolver in Spanish. In English, we say to solve. To solve. So, to solve a problem or to solve a case. The police conduct investigations to try to solve cases, right? Criminal cases, for example. Or you can say to solve a puzzle, un puzzle, to solve a puzzle. Even a Sudoku you could solve. And even the Sudoku Inglés. In the Vaughan Review, we have this Sudoku Inglés, and people try to solve it. They try to complete it properly, to solve. Solve. Every day I solve. Yesterday I solved 3 problems. Lately I have solved. So, resolver, the verb to solve. Okay, with the V, the nice V sound. I love the V. I like that V. Solve. Not solve. No, solve. Okay, very good. Now as we move into class 108, we can look at telling time. And here we compare 2 ways of telling time, which we call the traditional way and the digital way. The digital way basically is we're reading the time, we're reading the numbers, we're interpreting the numbers. Whereas with the classic way, the traditional way, we say things like a quarter after, or quarter past. I think that's a Canadian thing to say quarter after, because I often say that, quarter after 6. And other English teachers even will say, what? Kyle, what are you saying? But quarter past is a more standard way of saying that, okay? So 6:15, quarter past 6, okay? But what we'll do here is we will practice both ways. So I will say one way, and I'd like you to then say the equivalent. So we have 2:30, which is 2:30. So let's say it's because what time is it? Oh, it's 3:30. It's 3:30. It's 6:30. It's 6:30. It's 10:30. It's 10:30. Okay, now I want you to repeat out loud at home. It's 8:25. It's 25 past 8. Yeah, it's 25 past 8. It's 11:45. Here we say it's a quarter to 12. It's a quarter to 12, or it's quarter to 12. The is optional. It's 12:45. It's a quarter to 1. Okay, now let's do it the other way. I want you to give me the digital time. So it's 25 past 5. It's 5:25. It's 10 past 9. It's 9:10. It's a quarter to 7. It's 6:45. It's 6:45, yeah. It's 5 past 7. It's 7:05. It's 7:05. Yeah, 5 past 7. 7:05. It's a quarter past 4. It's 4:15. It's 4:15, yes. It's 20 past 9. It's 9:20. So we live in a digital age now where most of the clocks that we see are digital, our digital displays. We have this classic watch face that we see. We have watches. By the way, a watch is what you wear on your wrist, right? A watch is what you wear on your wrist. A clock is everything else, okay? A clock on your microwave oven, you have a clock, probably. In your car, you have a clock, not a watch. A watch is only on your wrist. In your kitchen, maybe you have a big clock. Yeah, on my computer, there's a clock. There are clocks everywhere, but there are only watches on your wrist or on someone's wrist, right? We say watch, or we used to even say a wristwatch. The exception is a stopwatch. A stopwatch, which is the little device for measuring time, like in sports. If you're running to see how fast you can run a certain distance, you can measure your time with a stopwatch. And that's not one that you wear on a wrist. It's on your wrist. It's not a wristwatch. It's a stopwatch. It's used for timing. But so timing, the verb to time, which is to record the time that it takes for something to occur or to record a period of time. So yeah, stopwatches are used for timing, but other than that, watches go on your wrist, and then everything else is a clock. But we come from this digital age where we see the numbers on the screen, so we've developed this habit of just saying the numbers the way they appear. 11:35. Well, it's the same as 25 to 12. How many minutes are there until we reach 12? Bueno, pues falta 25. 25 to 12. 11:35 or 25 to 12. Here, it's a 7:15. It's 7:15. It's a 8:45. It's 8:45, right? The same. It's 8:45. Here, now imagine it is 10 to 1. So, in the digital time, it's 12:50. It's 12:50. Yeah. And now it's 20 to 8. Imagine it's 20 to 8. What time is it again? It's 7:40. Yeah. It's 5 to 6. Oh. It's 5:55. Yeah, 5 to 6 is the same as 5:55. And it's 3:05. What time is it? It's 3:05. 3:05. 3:05. Now, we use O instead of 0 when we're talking about time. When we're measuring digital time, we say O. We don't say 0. No, we say O. Remember, we typically say O instead of 0 when we're talking about time, when we're talking about phone numbers, when we're talking about dates, right? My grandfather crossed the Atlantic Ocean in 1905. And when we're talking about, I said telephone numbers, dates, also years. I'm sorry, I mentioned years, dates, time, and phone numbers. There you go, the 4. But there are other meanings. There are other cases when we use this as well. But generally speaking, in these 4 cases, we'll always use O instead of 0. Okay? Vocabulary of the day. All right, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our vocabulary of the day. Our 5 words of vocabulary. Doloroso. Painful. Yes. Is a needle painful or painless? Oh, it should be painless, but it can be painful sometimes. A sharp pain. You get a sharp pain rather than a dull pain or a dull ache. If you go to the gym, you get sore muscles, agujetas, sore muscles. It's usually a dull pain, whereas a sharp pain would be like a needle. When you get an injection, it can be a sharp pain, like a pinch feeling, for maybe just for a few seconds. Sombra. Sombra is shade. Shade. Many of my students ask me about the difference between shade and shadow. So the shade is the area where the sun is blocked. And it's usually cooler. In the summer, it's cooler. The temperature is lower in the shade. Whereas the shadow is the silhouette. A shadow takes the shape of whatever object is creating the shadow, is casting the shadow, we say. We use the verb to cast a shadow. The tree cast a shadow over the back of the house, for example. But inside the shadow, there is shade. Yes, but we have shade and shadow. So think of shadow as the silhouette, the shape, the outline, whereas shade is inside that, the area that is blocked, where the sun is blocked, and it's darker. Dormido, con sueño. Oh, I am sleepy. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. Amenaza. Threat. Threat. Lograr, conseguir. To achieve. To achieve. Yes. All right, moving on now to the last point here. The last point in class number 108, we're talking about should and shouldn't. Should and shouldn't. Yes. Deberías pedirle que se casara contigo. You should propose to her. You should. So to ask someone to marry you, to propose, you should propose to her. No debería trabajar tanto. He shouldn't work so much. He shouldn't work so much. Sometimes I think I shouldn't work so much. Maybe I would be more relaxed if I didn't work so much. Should you keep studying? Yes, Kyle, we should keep studying. Should I speak German on this show? No, you shouldn't speak German, Kyle. We want to hear you speak English. Should I just speak only English? Yes, yes, should. You should just speak English. So remember, should is never followed by to. Should I do it? Yes, you should. Should I help her? Yes, you should help her. Okay? Should. We'll practice this more tomorrow because it is time for me to stop and take a break. We're going to go to a commercial break and we'll be back in a few minutes with the advanced portion of the class. And I'll be back tomorrow at the same time with more for you at the intermediate level. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.